Oh, we need to zoom that.
Chat.
I can't see
chat.
shit.
Well, and right now we're shooting layup 3-pointers. 3,
Was Brian listening?
2, bunk. Uh-oh. It restarted the countdown.
Hey, guys, 12 more. We need 12 more.
Oh, no. Hey, guys, we're starting the countdown back on. 12 more minutes. Just give us a chance. Oh, starting up.
We'll be talking
Don't
to
mind
you for
me.
12 more minutes.
Don't mind me about the countdown.
Raise up!
Countdown, dun.
The new name of our show is now the
Raise
Morning Countdown.
up, dun, dun.
We're going to count down from 30 minutes every morning.
Copyright infringement. What up? Like the song, that's a big song. Like,
Oh, well, yeah.
like downtown, like that's the actual song.
Yeah.
But we don't have the rights to it, so that's what I was.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Welcome to Raise Up, everyone.
Raise Up.
We're raising up about movies.
We today are doing what most people don't do, and we're raising up about movies.
Yes. People don't talk about movies enough.
And we're here to talk about only movies.
Yes. That's all we're talking about today.
Big flippy dippy for most people.
Mondays, most people don't talk about movies, but that's what we're doing.
And most people don't flippy dippy this early on a Monday morning. Wouldn't you agree?
Let us know in the comments if you flippy dippy on Monday mornings.
What up, Shy? What up, Shy Kazam Sam?
We got Shy Sam. We got Brooklyn. We got Mike.
Oh,
Crucible,
what up, Natalie Rowe?
Natalie Rowe. And ourselves.
Brooklyn. Hey, let us know in the chat if you guys flippy dippy this early on a Monday morning.
Just said that before you said it.
Anyways. We'll repeat that question for the chat every couple of minutes.
Yes.
Guys, if you didn't hear me earlier, let me know if you guys flippy dippy this early on a Monday morning.
Yes, please. I'm dying to know.
And let me know what you think flippy dippy means.
Both of those things would be great. But today we're here to talk about an animated movie.
Big film of the weekend.
Big film of the weekend. Big animated film of the all time.
It is a big am.
This is an all-time slam dunk.
Big
as
cartoon of the
Incredibles 2
all-time.
was the biggest animated opening in history.
Actually, let me put it. Yeah. So, would you, if this were a basketball game, would you consider this like an alley-oop slam dunk or like a windmill 360?
This is a windmill 360 pass.
Oh.
To an alley-oop.
Ooh, never seen that.
Passed again.
Oh.
And then backflip slam dunked.
Interesting.
So this is something Jordan did constantly. But again, this is TV talk. We're not talking about TV today.
Basketball's a movie too, like Mike.
What's the last basketball movie?
The most recent basketball movie?
Other than Uncle Drew.
Yeah, that's fair. What was the Will Smith version of Uncle Drew?
Will Smith made a basketball
Or not
movie?
Will Smith.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. That had Will Smith in it, correct?
Wasn't that Kevin Durant?
Yes, that was Kevin Durant. I was thinking of another film, and I can't remember the name of it.
Love and Basketball.
Sure wasn't that one. So we're not here today to talk basketball movies. We're here today to talk a number 2 Incredibles film.
Yes. Incredibles number 2. You didn't go see this with me Saturday night. Brian didn't get tickets in time, and those seats filled up. A lot of parents taking their kids at 10 o'clock at the Grove to go see this movie.
I was looking to go see Incredibles 2 at 10 p.m. on a Saturday night, thinking, no kids. And
should be fine.
Sure enough.
It was not fine.
A lot of kids.
I got into the movie.
Yeah, I went and saw it the next morning, and I had a lovely time.
I think it was great.
Brad Bird does it again.
I don't know if it was better than the first, but I still highly, highly enjoyed it.
See, and to me too, like I don't know that.
It doesn't need to be compared.
Yeah, and
it doesn't need to be compared.
I feel like for something like Incredibles 2, going like, the first one was better. Like I don't know.
I mean, it's a sequel, so I think naturally, no matter what, you're gonna compare the two. I don't think you need to. I think they both stand alone just fine. And I actually really enjoyed that this one picked up literally immediately after the events of the film.
They're also pretty different films. In a weird way.
They're different style films.
Like the comedy, the same tones are there, but different storylines with different commentary underneath.
Yeah, and I think we did actually get a lot less focus on the villain in this one, which is great because I think it let us focus on all the individual family members, except for Dash, really. Dash definitely was the least featured of them, but he was still great.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one kind of focused on the family a lot more, and the villain was more of a mystery. So I don't know that we want to spoil who the villain is, but I think me and everyone else who I was with while watching was like, oh, I know who the villain is.
Yeah, I was definitely not surprised. I figured it out pretty quickly. At the same time, this is a children's movie.
Yes.
And it was a very well-written children's movie.
Exactly. So, 8-year-old or 10-year-old Ian probably wouldn't have picked up who the villain was so early.
8? I got to tell you, I don't think so either.
You don't think 8-year-old
I don't think
Ian
8 or 10-year-old Ian would have picked that up.
No, I don't
8
think
or 10-year-old Brian, all over it.
You think so?
So smart.
I disagree.
I really liked the inclusion of a bunch of new smaller role superheroes. I thought that was fun.
We saw a lot of other powers, which was really kind of refreshing to see.
Kind of playing on the tropes of like, oh, we're superheroes, but our powers aren't really that great.
Sure. Sure. I think it was kind of cool to see like the Incredibles, that family, all of their powers complement each other.
Yeah.
And then we saw a second team where also all of their powers complemented each other, but they were completely different.
Yeah.
Like no one had the same powers.
Without spoiling anything, Jack is the star of the show.
Yeah. Jack definitely stole the movie for me.
They really put Jack front and center baby stage and
baby stage.
And that baby tore that stage up.
Yes, he did. Jack becomes really good friends with Edna.
Yeah. Yes.
Which was great. Didn't expect that.
Well, and Edna's a lovely woman.
I mean, she is. She makes super suits.
She's got a little bit of a rough edge, but boy, when you crack underneath that shell, beautiful woman.
Yeah. Was there another point you wanted to make with that? Or?
No, not really. No, Jack. What I think they did a really good job of at the end of the first Incredibles, kind of teasing that Jack gets his powers, and then this film is all about Jack finding his powers.
And he doesn't even necessarily find them. They just kind of randomly come into play.
Well, it's about and about the progression that his powers take, and him beginning to control them. It's really refreshing to see a small character like that have a role that or have an arc that isn't super robust. It's very simple, but it's incredibly fun.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun watching Jack.
Yes.
And so one thing from the trailers that this isn't spoiling anything, but a lot of the commentary is on Mr. Incredible staying home to take care of the kids and Miss Incredible going off to do the job.
Elastigirl.
Yes. That Mr. Incredible thinks that he should have been chosen to do.
Yeah.
And so dad stays home to take care of the kids, and mom goes off to save the day.
And I thought it was awesome because the trailers definitely teased that. And in my head, I was kind of like, okay, like I don't really want to see this conflict of Mr. Incredible, like feeling super left out and getting mad, which wasn't what the arc was at all.
No,
actually.
I mean, the biggest commentary on it is Mr. Incredible realizing that being a parent is heroic in and of itself.
Yes. And that was just friggin' heartwarming.
It was lovely.
Yeah. My heart was very warm.
You know, if I went with Mike Mitchell and Liz Mitchell, my parents, whom you guys should all know,
lovely people,
man, I would have given them a hug and a kiss. You know,
a sharp kiss.
Mike,
let me lay one sharp kiss on you, mom and dad.
I also like the idea of fast approaching kisses. You know,
I think also a perfect movie for Father's Day.
A great movie for Father's Day, and it really shows you fathers out there how great it is to have your kiddies.
It is. Bring your dads, bring your grads. So Incredibles was great, and also before we got the pretty usual Pixar short.
Ooh, Shy Sam, you are a virus. You're like a little virus spreading through chats.
Shy Sam,
you little chat virus.
You're in both chats?
What's going on What's going on in the chat? I'm sorry. Let me put on my glasses.
I can read it to you.
So I can read. You're Rachel Evans?
Rachel Same Vans says, "Oh my God, how
are you? Is that who you are?" Oh. Well.
Oh, she's Evans Rachel.
Yes.
Your first name was Evans this entire time? My God.
That was her response. We said that to her, and she went, So that's Incredibles 2. A more,
we didn't talk about Bao.
well, before we get to Bao, a little bit more from the industry side. I think it's amazing that Incredibles 2 is the largest animated opening at the box office ever. It beat Finding Dory by a mile.
Especially for a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes to prove, if a movie or an IP worked, 14 years later, people were still chomping at the bit for it.
Yeah, I was chomping, and I actually had only watched the first Incredibles for the first time a month ago.
Well, and leading up to the movie, you wouldn't stop chomping.
I kept chomping.
And I was like, Ian, stop chomping.
And you didn't even come to the movie with me.
I know. I can't imagine how much chomping you were doing until the movie started. But I think it reached, what, 230 million?
Yeah, it was around there for international.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
That's wild for an animated movie.
That's insane.
That is wild.
That's $250 million, guys.
Guys, that officially gets the raise up of the week. Raise up. That's a new medal we're giving out.
We point to the sky.
We point, and on Mondays, we get the first chance to give it out, so no one else during the week can.
Yep. So that one was already given.
We can talk about Hereditary a little bit. I think that's a real quick before we get off of Incredibles. Bao, yes, I want to talk about Bao. This short.
We'll talk about Bao real quick, then we'll jump
talk about
on
Bao
to
real
Hereditary.
quick. Ian, we'll talk about Bao real quick.
Real quick,
just real quick. We'll talk about Bao real quick.
It's a very short, but
why don't we talk about Bao really, like actually talk about it quickly? So Bao's a really cool short film. It's a little. It's essentially about a little bun that this little woman makes, and her little husband goes out to work, and the little bun becomes a baby, and it shows her raising the little bun, bringing it up to life.
It shows the little bun bringing up to life.
A little bun comes up to life. It's a coming-of-age story about this little bun, and the little bun grows up, and the little bun grows a little goatee, and the little bun goes off.
The bun does grow a goatee and gets a human girlfriend.
I was thrown off by the little bun's goatee,
but I don't want to go past that because I actually don't want to spoil what.
No. It
was really good.
It also had a really, really good message, and the Bao is a really good metaphor.
And I love dim sum, so.
Gotta tell you,
part of it.
I would have eaten that baby up so much quicker.
Well, that was a slight spoiler.
So, Bao. Go watch Bao.
Go watch Bao. Go watch Incredibles.
Don't see Incredibles 2. Only pay to go see Bao. And then leave. Don't do that. Incredibles 2 is really good. You guys should watch it. Hereditary.
Mad Cat. And then it was boring, but I still had to watch it. You thought it was boring?
What was?
Hereditary? That wasn't boring. Did you think that, Rachel?
Segueing into Hereditary. It's a pretty divisive film.
It is. I was actually just having a conversation upstairs with someone over here at the office, and they saw it this weekend, and
they pooped?
Was let down.
Did he poop?
He said he did not understand what was happening.
Interesting.
Beth B. Rab.
Ooh! Is that Baby B. Rab?
Yeah, that's her.
Guys, go follow Baby B. Rab.
Yeah, Baby B. Rad.
Spelled Baby B. Rab.
But yeah, he was saying he didn't understand what was happening throughout the film, and then when the carpet gets pulled out from under you, he really disliked that, which I feel the opposite with. I really like when a film can flip the script.
Oh,
it wasn't necessarily super surprising, but there was
Charlie!
little things. Yeah. Poor Charlie. Poor Charlie. Yeah. Rachel has some questions.
I'm so upset about
Say
Charlie.
them loud enough for the mics.
Can we just spoil it? Can we just straight up go
Here, come up here and
point my
speak into the
mic.
Come up here and speak.
Here comes special guest question number 1.
Special guest question.
Don't turn around, just the back of your head, please.
Okay, so my first question is,
She's saying my first question is,
did Charlie, was she the devil the whole time?
Yes. She was.
So did she know?
Charlie was King Payman the entire time.
she was Payman.
I think what
Did she know
what
that?
was said was I think she sort of did.
Yeah.
So Payman was in her the entire time, and I think there was a part of Charlie that was there.
So I think
with payment.
we talked about this a little bit. So I think what happened. See ya. Burpees. I think what happened is essentially through the lineage and the grandma being the one who really started the family down this path. Charlie has Payman inside of her because they don't have a male in the family, and Payman's looking for a male. So in the meantime, the next born child.
Yeah, because Toni Collette's character, Annie, kept her mother away from Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so she...
So then she put it in Charlie for now.
So that, yeah, in the beginning, Toni Collette kind of explains how, like, she wouldn't let her mom near Peter, but she kind of, like, she literally says, like, dug her claws into Charlie and, like, kind of, like, owned Charlie and actually breastfeeded Charlie. And
if you listen, like, during the support group that Annie was in, she says that her brother committed suicide because her mom was trying to put people inside of him.
Payman.
And so that's what that meant. She was literally trying to put Payman inside of him.
Baby.
Last night I couldn't sleep because I kept on thinking that I was seeing something in the corner of the wall.
That stuff gets me.
Oh,
when
man.
you can hardly see something lurking in the darkness.
Nope.
Spooktown 5000.
I
Get me
gotta
outta here.
say, Charlie's death is one of the worst inciting incidents I've ever seen.
That was
in a good way.
disturbing. I thought it wasn't so much Charlie's death; it was how Peter reacted.
Oh well,
and
of
just
course.
how
I'm just
he
saying
was-
that scene. That
he was
scene in general.
frozen, and he couldn't even look in the rearview mirror.
But also the balls of that film. The balls on that film. They dangled those balls heavily.
well, metaphorical balls. I think
Is
it's-
it? So the question is it an allegory for mental health?
Overall, I don't know that that's what it is, but I think it's more. I mean, it's in the title, right? Like Hereditary. It's more about the things that get passed down to you,
Yeah.
and whether those are good or bad, which are pretty much.
I
all
also
bad.
think in the this is also something else we've talked about in the essence of like how the Babadook kind of ends
the boop.
on the side of hope with grief. This ends in the side of grief and depression completely taking over your life and you having no control over it whatsoever.
So as people who like know film
So
and appreciate film, do you want to see another one?
I would. I don't need to see
Hereditary 2?
Hereditary 2.
No,
Absolutely fucking.
I don't
not.
need to see Hereditary
'Cause
2
also-
Electric Bulu.
Hereditary 2. Is it Hereditary? The thing that I don't like about that film, the one that's already been announced, it hasn't been announced. It has not been announced. Because the thing that I would be afraid about seeing in a sequel about Hereditary is that I would be afraid that they would try to explain Payman, and that's exactly what I don't want.
No, and Hereditary did enough of that, like with explaining Payman through kind of small things, like seeing like the books she looked through that were her grandma's, and like you see little hints in there, and
They did a good job of balancing it through action and exposition. And I would be afraid that another Hereditary would be like, who and what is Payman? And then it would just be about like where that thing came from. Yeah, and I don't need that. Will it probably happen? Sure.
no, I don't. Hereditary sequel is not gonna happen.
I don't know. Maybe. Thing made a ton
Does
of money.
anyone watch Look-See? I've never seen it. Never.
I
Even
have
heard.
not seen Look-See. We did watch a.
Ooh, I was a big fan of Oculus too. I'm just a huge Mike Flanagan fan. I'm a Flanagan.
You're a Flanagan?
I'm a Mike Flanagan.
We
Mike
watched
Flanagan does it again.
We watched a French film last night.
Yes.
A French horror film.
So we watched. It's part of the kind of, what's the word for it? It's the new French Extremity. It was a couple years, I think, in the earlier aughts, which is the 2000s.
Yes.
There was a wave of extremely violent French horror films. Someone was Frontiers Inside, which is insanely disturbing. Very good film, but hard to watch. Oof. But yeah, this one was called Them, and it was about these mysterious hooded figures kind of like invading the home of this couple.
You wouldn't believe how many times they said, "Is that them?"
They actually didn't say them once, and they
No,
said
they didn't.
they a lot.
I was very, very surprised. I kind of like the movie
them.
started, and I was like, God, how many times are they gonna say them? And they didn't.
Nope.
They didn't say them at all.
They say they. But it plays out like a kind of typical home invasion film, but
yeah,
it's very tense throughout, and it's actually only 70 minutes.
it's pretty grounded too, and it's very realistic in the essence of the story they're trying to tell. It's not very expensive looking of a film. It's very dark. It doesn't look like they had much, but it's tense. It's tense as hell.
It's very tense. But yeah, it's hard to really say what it's about because honestly, it very much is just a home invasion. This
about
couple
them.
has a giant house,
Yeah, huge,
an insane amount of rooms, and
expensivo.
there are these hooded figures that want something from this couple, and they don't know what or why they're being attacked. And
they gotta
you
get the
find
heck
out
away.
In the end. I'm not going to spoil it.
They gotta get the heck away.
Unless you guys want me to spoil it, I'll say it. Okay, in the end, you find out that all the hooded figures are actually just kids.
Trying
they
to
were
play.
kids who were trying to play. And they ended up killing a few
So
people.
apparently them is
It said it was based on a true watching it and could find nothing.
Yeah, like I don't know. That feels like it feels very, very loosely based on some. But they probably found a story of like children killing someone, and then they were like, maybe we can spin it
It's based on that.
to be about them.
Were they?
Or they?
I would actually recommend it though because it was very tense throughout.
And it's not very long. I
No,
mean,
literally the last 40 minutes is just nonstop tension.
yeah.
It's hiding, it's running, it's fighting.
Fight, run from it. You know, as Thanos would say.
Yeah, Hell Comes to Frogtown. We have not watched yet.
Oh, the Sense8
Courtney.
finale. Natalie, you gotta tune into Fridays. We ain't talking TV.
Yes, it's a big game of hide and seek. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. We ain't talking TV.
I want to second Mike Crucible's Oculus fandom again because I actually really like that movie too.
Sure. So there was another film that you watched this weekend.
I did. I watched
This is
Let's
a little-
Be Cops.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jake Johnson.
Pulling off of
Damon
the
Wayans Jr.
pulling off of the horror train.
So the first half of it was real bad.
Well, did they want to be cops?
They did want to be cops, and
Cool.
they
Did they become?
successfully one of them does. The first half is really bad, but actually the last half, once they kind of got into like the actual conflict, was really entertaining. I had a good time.
So did they ever save the day?
Yes, they
do
do
both.
save the day.
Do both of them save the day?
Yes.
Great. And one of them does it while not even being a cop.
Jake Johnson becomes a cop at the end of the movie.
Oh, so like his friend becomes a cop. He doesn't. He's like, man.
No, his friend is a video game designer.
Oh.
Yeah, that didn't really hold any weight to the movie.
So by the end of it, Jake Johnson becomes a cop, and the other one's still a video game designer.
Yes, that's how it ends.
Cool. I mean, don't get me wrong.
We don't need to talk about this movie very much, but it actually did make a lot of money.
Were there any chuckles?
Yeah.
What was your chuckle rating?
I'd give it a solid 6.5 chuckles.
Out of
10 chuckles.
Ooh.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
Well, so what you're saying is you lie there, you watch the film, and you go, but not like,
No.
and definitely not.
I definitely laughed more than I did in Solo.
Interesting. I don't think anyone.
say that.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone is necessarily surprised by that. Frogtown.
Yeah.
Frogtown. We did
Hell
not
Comes to
watch
Frogtown.
Frogtown.
We haven't watched it yet.
We still have not watched Frogtown. I'm kind of dying to watch Hellfrog.
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 Silent Hill. Yeah, I've seen the first Silent Hill. K-pop. I believe you really like that movie.
Now, you know what we did watch, and I don't even want to spend much time on this. Insidious 4.
Insidious, The Last Key. Insidious. What a piece of shit.
Insidious, based on the graphic novels Lock and Key.
Incorrect.
Sorry.
Insidious 4 is really bad. I don't recommend anyone watches it.
It's about a demon.
Lin Shaye's childhood. More or less.
It's about a key demon.
So if you're familiar with the Insidious franchise, Lin Shaye is kind of like the medium throughout it.
These little fingies are demon keys. You know.
Yeah,
they unlock hearts and lives.
Sure.
Lives? It's real bad. It's so bad. There aren't many bad horror films that I want to stop watching and that I wanted to stop watching.
There is one thing that made me laugh really hard where I think it's a mistake, unless I missed something, but there's a moment where a man and his two daughters get into a car and they drive off. And then they show Lin Shaye and the two daughters walk up behind them.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, what?
Holy
Wait,
shit.
so we saw them get in a car and leave, and then they cut, and they're still there.
So they're in a diner, and Lin Shaye like sees her brother, and her brother's like, "You were a terrible sister to me. I don't want you anywhere around me." And he like
pretty much.
And his daughters were at the
Except-
diner talking to Lin Shaye, and he's
I
like,
think-
"Daughters, come with me."
Except you acted that much better than the man in the film. I'll give you that.
Thanks, hit me up. And then they walk out, and like they get into the car, and the brother like drives off angrily, and it cuts back, and the sisters walk back up. and we were kind of both sitting there. It took us a second to be like, wait, didn't they fucking get in the car?
Yeah, unless that was supposed to be spooky. I don't
Also,
know.
there's a
Didn't read it
moment
spooky.
later in the film where the dad does it again. He's like, "Daughters, get in the car," and then Shay's like, "No," and the brother's like, "Fine," and he turns around and leaves.
Yeah, brother was great.
I
I see someone
rough
asked
character.
what your favorite horror movie is. Let us know in the chat what all of your favorite horror movies are.
Yeah, I
want
would love to know what your guys' favorite horror
I'm
films
a horror
are.
boy. He's a horror boy.
I'm a horror
Yeah.
baby.
We got a
I
spooky
rewatched
crowd.
It Follows this weekend.
How did it hold up? After
My girlfriend
2
Casey hadn't
years?
seen it. She watched it for the first time, and she is not a big horror fan. It was very interesting to watch it again after it first came out. What made me appreciate it even more so was the fact that in rewatching it, you can completely tell that it is a very run and gun film, and it is very simplistic. The acting kind of takes it away, and even the acting in it isn't like mind blowing. It's just it's a really good, succinct story. They knew what they were trying to do. David Robert Mitchell made a fun film.
Well, it's more about the atmosphere more than
Yeah,
anything,
and they
too, I think.
did a really good job of laying out very, very simple techniques in filmmaking that were just very effective.
Yeah. I love when a movie makes you scan the frame to see if anything is going on in the background.
The
The Descent did that really well.
The simple study of space in It Follows is something that I feel like we could write an entire essay on. From some of the first wide shots, you immediately start to not worry about the focus of that wide shot, and you're looking everywhere for the thing that is walking.
You're looking for the followers.
You're looking for the follower, baby. Which was really
Chainsaw.
interesting to me, because after a while you start to go like, shit, is there anything in this frame? And then for the most part there isn't, and then you see something and you're like, oh wait, shit, did I see that? And then it cuts back, and the use of frame in space in that film is really, really good.
And score.
And score.
score.
The score is fantastic. I'm a big fan of that score.
Yeah.
Disaster Greep.
I feel like a lot of people were freaking out over It Follows when it came out, but
Mhm.
now that like Get Out, Hereditary, and other like more progressive horror movies have come out, do you think that if it were released now, it would?
So you're saying It Follows had a lot of fun time to be had when it was released. People were like, "Ooh, good film."
Hype. Hype is
Hype is the word that I was looking for, and I was pretending to dance around it. And now you're saying if it was released around, other big films like Get Out, Hereditary, blah blah, would it have as much hype? Probably not. But I also think that It Follows kind of kicked off a mini phase in horror.
I think it came around the same time as Babadook and shortly before The Witch.
Yeah, very shortly before The Witch didn't come out that
And
much.
I think a lot of like atmosphere intense like horror films like that are just kind of starting to come into the light more.
Yeah,
I think they've always been there.
Yeah, but it's
Um,
starting to become a real mainstay in the films that are getting greenlit in the horror genre.
Rachel, did you talk about It Follows in one of your Dark 5 videos? You did.
Dark 5.
What did you say about it?
It Follows.
I said it's good to watch if you want to watch something scary, but you're afraid of horror movies.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
Fair.
So Rachel said It Follows is a good horror film to watch if you're afraid of horror films. I very much agree. And rewatching it, it's not a scary film.
Nope.
It's a very
Shazam.
tense film.
What is your least favorite horror movie? I want to know.
Shazam.
No favorite, but least favorite.
Shazam.
Huh.
Shazam, let us know. So yeah, I mean that's kind of our horror unload for the day.
It's actually not.
That's the horror load.
Well, we got some
The
trailers.
big horror load. Yeah, we got some trailers to watch, but I just mean in the films that we watched this weekend,
Mhm.
that was them. We actually watched a lot of. I watched a
did.
lot of films this
Watched
weekend.
a lot of movies.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good piece of advice. If you're a little afraid of horror films and you want to try to watch one, I would say It Follows is a pretty good one to watch.
Check it out.
it's
Maybe
fun.
not Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2,
No, don't do that.
as suggested
I'm
by Rachel.
back. All right, so let's. We got some trailers to watch. The first one you wanted to watch was Unfriended Dark Web.
Yes, the sequel to Unfriended 1,
Now,
which I enjoy.
hot
Unfriended
take,
1.
hot take over
I
here.
enjoy it. I thought it was fun. It's
I
a
did not see it.
ridiculous movie. It's not a good movie by any means, but it is entertaining.
I did not
and
see
fun
it.
to watch.
I didn't have any interest. You came back from the theaters and said you thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it. It's fun. I mean, you don't see many movies like that. It all takes place just through Skype call.
Let me ask you.
Thought it was
Let
a
me
good
ask you
time.
this. Hot take number 2. Did you unfriend anyone after this film?
Oh, you bet I did.
Who the heck was it?
Jeff.
Is it the
Get out
Jeff?
of my life, Jeff.
Is it the Jeff that I'm thinking of?
No,
Jeff from college?
I don't remember that Jeff.
Jeff from film
Anyways,
class?
I saw it and I was like, man, I got some friends to get rid of. Is what I-
But now we're looking at unfriending friends in the dark web. So let's see what it's like to do that.
yeah. What is the dark web? A lot of you ask. I bet there's a Dark 5 video about it.
There's a lot. I use it.
Shot on the Alexa. Question mark account. Ooh, what kind of toothbrush would that? Target? Walmart?
Yeah, they interrupted his teeth brushing.
Pink folder.
The river.
The Weevu. IP addresses. Oh. Dude!
That should have been title right there. Dude, this is dark web.
Go ahead and just replay that.
Dude, this is dark web.
Dude, this is dark web.
Everyone has secrets, even
Hold on.
the dark
hot
web.
take. Hot take. That man said the dark web is all about the bad guys.
Yeah, that's where you find hitmen.
Yeah.
That's where you find
What
cocaine.
What other?
Weapons.
Cocaine. Weapons. So would you say that the dark web is all about hitmen, cocaine, and what was the third?
Weapons.
Weapons.
Among other things, yes.
Let's
Stuff we
continue.
won't talk about here.
Everyone has cocaine. Another video from the dark web. Oh, demon!
She's chained up. She's not a demon. Oh, they all saw it. They're like,
Be careful of the demon.
this looks like they found a collection of snuff films.
Is there a demon in there?
That's not a demon. That's a victim.
You don't know that right now. That could be a demon. Unfriended.
No, he's jumped in. He friended.
You have my body, because that's not a body.
Ooh, Happy Death Day.
I
What
see
a fun
everything
movie.
you are doing. You die. Oh my. No! Don't unfriend us!
See you guys.
She's been unfriended. What the hell? Stop friending us!
Listen, I gotta say, I wish they would have stopped the trailer there because I'm intrigued. I want to watch this. I don't give a shit what you
Ian's
say.
in.
I want to watch this.
You've got 45 more seconds of a trailer, my friend.
I know.
Oh my god.
Did she unfriend me?
Look at that timer.
Say goodbye to Mom. No. Fear. Oh my goodness. They kind of show in the movie.
Was that one of those, some of those rave gloves? And people do the little rave dance with their fingies?
So they're so this bad guy is unfriending friends from other friends by just killing them.
Well, yeah, if one of them dies, then, yeah, you're not friends anymore.
Bye-bye, says the bad
You
guy.
cease to exist.
Hitman, cocaine. What's the third one?
Weapons!
So next up,
I've always wanted to go on the dark web, but that looks like my chance.
I kind of want to move past this one.
I don't. What looks bad about that to you?
What do you mean?
Tell me what.
What looks
about
bad? It just doesn't look that fun to me.
That's not a good enough answer.
That is a good enough answer. That's an answer that many people give.
They took like police reports of what the dark web is and then made a movie.
They kind of like
Yeah.
did some quick research about the dark web, and they were like, "This is a spooky place."
The dark web is a spooky place.
And then they were like, "Hitmen, cocaine." What's the third one?
Weapons.
Weapons. That's where I get all my cocaine and weapons.
Beth loves cocaine. So we're moving on to The Nun.
It unapologetic delight for movies. It is. You didn't give me a real answer. You said it doesn't look fun.
That's fine enough of an answer for me to say I don't want to watch a film. I'm not saying the film is gonna be the worst. I'm saying I don't want to see it because it doesn't look fun.
We're gonna go see it. and
I don't
want
want to fucking see. I'm gonna fuck.
We're gonna have a good
All right,
time.
let's watch The Nun.
I can't.
The Nun is actually the sequel to Collateral.
What? Yeah, that's The Nun, all right. Is that what it looks like?
Sure.
You can't see her eyes.
No, you can see your eyes.
I can't. Oh, now you can.
Yeah.
I can't on that screen. Title drop.
I saw a nun.
All these trailers just need to end right there.
Before.
Like 25 seconds. I saw a nun.
Before Collateral. And then Tom Cruise's face and Jamie Foxx's face.
Nope.
Before
This is The
Collateral.
Conjuring, which is a great movie.
It is a great movie. Word of my visions reached Collateral. Before Collateral
I like
2.
the change of setting
Yeah.
already. What? Ooh.
What does it mean by God?
God ends here.
God stopped.
God's like, I'm God in all these places except this one.
I'm stopping here. Cut me off. I'm done. The Nun. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. No. Sister, please. Sister, please. Sister, please.
Jump scare.
Whoa.
I don't
Side
find-
nun.
I don't find nuns that scary. I'm going to say it.
Oh, look at that. Look at that cross T.
The noon.
Religion. What's spooky about it? A little blood on that
Wait,
title.
Is it going to say anything else?
Pray for forgiveness.
There we go. When does it come out?
Pray for forgiveness.
September 7th.
September
Cool.
7th.
Not going to watch this Try Guys video. Cancel. Cancel.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That looks entertaining. I didn't think that was a very good teaser.
Do you think you're going to
I
learn...
see the visuals of it, and I saw a nun in the darkness.
Do you think you're going to learn any lessons from this nun?
I hope so.
What kind of
That's
lessons?
what I expect from my nun movies.
Yeah,
My
well,
nun,
yeah.
Nun, Sister Act 1, Sister Act 2.
Do you expect an exorcism?
Is
of
this
some
in the
sort?
same world as Sister Act?
I don't think so.
Is it? Yeah. Conjuring, finally, a Conjuring Sister Act.
The right
merge. Yeah. You don't. No. I don't know. You know that was directed by Corin Hardy.
No, I didn't.
Who made The Hallow?
Ooh,
Which
big
was
fan
a
of
fun
that
movie
film.
about
I kind of forgot about that.
tree
film.
monsters.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I enjoyed it.
That's my version of tree monsters.
Finally, another sister act. Which one? The Nun? Well, there's a scary nun.
What are you talking about? How do you
There's a
not
scary
know what
nun
that's
in
about?
Romania.
Look at it. The Nun. The movie.
No, I agree with you, Rachel. That was, I mean, I think that was more a teaser than like a full-on trailer. But
I think what the movie is trying to do is this.
that was dead Whoopi. Ugh.
You know, it's trying to do something like this.
Well, if you saw Conjuring 2, that's pretty much what the
The Conjuring
demon
too.
did. Valak. Thanks for that.
This is me trying to get in front of the producers in order for me to be Valak.
Oh, you could for sure be a demon in a movie.
I could.
Let's give me your creepiest face. Can we see that? Can we cut to a single for this? Look at your single. Literally looked like a turtle.
Hot takes. Hot demon takes. So that's a good. Go ahead and clip that.
Some sort of turtle demon.
Turtle demon. Ooh, horror version of.
I've never
TMNT.
seen that.
I have not seen Turtle.
Hell comes to
Demon.
Frogtown, more like Hell comes to Turtletown.
Hot takes. Raise up. So we're gonna switch gears, get out of the horror vein again, and go to the trailer for Dumbo.
Getting on the Dumbo train. Haven't seen it yet. Elephants are cute.
I think this elephant is real cute.
Well,
curious.
let's see.
I've seen it. I've seen this.
Oh, you've seen it. Okay.
Whoa!
Start right off the bat. First second, we see two elephants.
Baby.
This is already creepier than the Nun trailer.
It is actually. This trailer is pretty.
I can't see a damn thing.
Watch from here.
From Tim Rigatoni. Is there a little baby elephant?
Little elephant.
Oh. His little trunk.
Yeah.
The Elephant Showman. Elephant. This should be called.
Yeah. The greatest elephant.
They should have spelled tail like tail.
They actually just used a lot of the movie The Greatest Showman and kind of cut an elephant into it.
They green screened an elephant.
A little Michael Keaton.
In the spotlight.
Here, Dumbo. Show them that you can fly. I think that was Simon Pegg, Danny DeVito.
Whoa! I forgot that's what Dumbo was
I gotta
about.
say, yeah. That Dumbo flies? Are you kidding me? Did you forget that Dumbo flies? Holy shit.
That caught me by such surprise.
And whoa, Dumbo
It
flies!
fucking zoomed through
Yeah.
the circuit.
Dumbo is a flying elephant. That thing has to move quick in order to get off the ground.
I thought it was just like a cute, like small elephant. Oh my god, dude. Oh man, I'm so excited for that.
I actually think that's a good trailer. I mean, it's very much a teaser trailer.
It's a teaser. That's
It
all
doesn't
I needed.
really tell you
It just
if,
reminds you that the elephant flies.
if it's doing anything different than the animated film. But I think the visuals look great.
I think it looks great.
Elephant looks cool. Those little flying flapper ears look
Little
cool.
flappy ears. That's right. That's
Michael
how he flies.
Keaton looking dumbfounded. Cool.
I hope we get into the physics of it more in this one. And clearly, I don't remember the first.
You
so
want them
maybe
to-
it was all about
So,
physics.
so no, it sure wasn't. You want them to get into the science of it.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think they will.
I think out of all three of those, I'm most excited to see Unfriended Dark Web.
Wow. I mean, that's
I'm
fair.
calling it. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be great.
I mean, I gotta say, we watched Dumbo teaser, The Nun, and Unfriended Dark Web.
Which was the most complete trailer of them all.
I gotta
Dude, it's the dark web. You remember that line?
I
from
gotta
it?
disagree. The dark web's all about the bad guys.
Yeah. Now you know what it's about.
That's fair, I guess.
Bad guys.
Bad guys. Batty boys.
That also, there's a lot of resurgence of, things from my childhood, like the Winnie the Pooh movie or Christopher Robin.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh, Pooh is so goddamn cute.
Pooh's a good bear. Do you guys see Bear Pooh?
who are you looking at?
I don't know. Do you guys see Bear Pooh?
You've been eating too much honey.
I do nothing all day.
I do nothing all day.
And then Christopher Robin's like,
I love drugs.
So then Christopher Robin
Thanks, K-pop.
says that.
Got my back.
And then Winnie the Pooh's like, I love drugs too.
Would you like to go on the dark web?
Would you like to come to my world where there's plenty of drugs, Christopher Robin?
Is that what that was about?
Yeah, the whole, Pooh is essentially a metaphor for
Drug dealers?
no, where you go when you're on drugs. If you think about it. Pooh is your brain on drugs, and all of his friends are the different sides of you when you're on drugs.
That's just pleasant.
If you think about it. Yep. Kind of.
Inside Out,
But
but
darker.
drugs. Yeah.
Eeyore is where
Live action.
Eeyore's where you go when you're depressed. Tigger is where you go when you're really excited and energetic.
What's Piglet?
Piglet is Piglet to me is like what am I trying to say? Like a little cautious, a little more analytical.
I hope they introduce a new Pooh character.
Pooh's like, I don't give a shit.
Jesus Christ.
Pooh's like, fuck with me.
Beth B. Rad is most excited for your monster debut.
Ooh, baby rab.
What monster do you think you would play the best?
Oh man, that's a good question. I've always wanted to play a monster.
Got that out of the way. Good. Now which monster?
Sure. Back to the question you had.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat what monster you think I'd be best at.
I think you're like the mummy from the Brendan Fraser ones when
Holy-
he's all decrepit.
Oh, so I'm like this. Say a line. Be Brendan Fraser.
I'm Brendan Fraser. All these gosh dang mummies. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. That was very much what the movies were like.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Superimpose my face in the sky.
Oh yeah, or no, the big sand thing.
No, the new mummy.
Oh, that was awful.
You didn't like that?
We didn't finish it.
We didn't.
We got halfway through. We paid money to watch it and stopped watching it halfway through, which I don't commonly do.
No, I don't really do that. They dumped a fuckload of money into that movie.
Brian would be the Teeth from the movie Teeth.
Ooh.
Have you seen that?
So I'm like a vagina. How do you look?
You're saying his face is very vagina-like? Oh. Well, he went for it.
I guess that's what I think vaginas look like.
You should watch the Hell House trailer. Which one's Hell House? What is that?
Is Megan Fox the only one with teeth vagina in this world?
That's not you're talking about Jennifer's body.
That's what it is.
It was not Megan Fox.
Who was it?
I don't know that actress. I don't remember.
Let's look it up. I guess I don't need that reveal. But that's a good monster. That's a monster I wasn't really thinking about. Vagina teeth.
Yeah. Commonly misportrayed in today's media.
How is it misportrayed?
Well, it's only been portrayed once.
Sure. Not in Jennifer's body, I've heard.
No. So let's take a look at what's coming out this week.
Releases this week. I'm trying to think of what's coming out.
Jurassic World.
That's
the
it.
big one.
That's the big one.
That's coming
Jurassic
out on Friday.
World.
And
the big hit film Damsel.
No idea what that is.
I'm pretty sure that's John Travolta. Right? Am I wrong about that?
That's a god.
Oh no, you're right.
That came out. And was
Damsel.
0%. Damsel's
Yes.
about a little horse.
Damsel's about my little horse.
Robert Pattinson,
Damsel in the
Robert
summary.
Forster,
Brian's little horse.
Robert De Niro, all the Roberts.
There's also when does the Mr. Rogers documentary come out? It's out.
It's out.
It is out.
Yeah.
I want to watch that, and I want to talk about it.
We need to talk about more documentaries on
We
this.
do need to talk about more documentaries.
I hear one weird fact.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
When he goes home, apparently, when he did go
When
home,
he goes home,
he was exactly like himself.
he was like himself.
He wanted to show emotions or describe something difficult to his children. He would use the puppets from the show.
Oh, so he used so Rogers used the puppets from the show in order to teach lessons to his actual children. Yeah, that's cool. I've heard so many anecdotes about Mr. Rogers that are all just very, very pleasant. Sounds like a good man. Taught a lot of good lessons. Was a good boy.
Beth wants you to wear a mask during the first part of your monster movie. Then you rip it off halfway through so I can be like, oh, look, it's Brian.
And that's a good plot twist that a lot of people haven't seen in a film before.
It is.
I've never seen. What? Tell me a movie that's done that.
I can't. I literally can't. Wow.
You're here to hear from the experts on film.
We are the #1 film experts.
It
It looks like Jurassic World is the
no, it's the 22nd.
main one
Yeah.
coming out this Friday.
Damsel, but also The King. The
about
King's
Elvis?
getting big reviews. Yeah, I don't really know much about this film.
Alec Baldwin's in it. Great.
Oh,
Uh,
also Chuck D.
that is random. Wow. All right.
But yeah, I mean, this weekend's a little light on movies. I still haven't gone and seen Tag. And honestly, Tag isn't doing so hot. I kind of wanted to go see it because of how many people are
I
in
want
it.
to see it because of the cast.
Yeah.
I hear Hannibal Buress is really great.
I'm not expecting much from it. I'm expecting to leave with like
Yeah,
a
they
5
tagged.
on the Chuckle scale.
Yeah,
Like a
5 trouble. So maybe this one isn't meant for theaters.
like a you know.
Maybe this is one you'll get more chuckles at home.
Yeah, if I'm gonna go spend popcorn money, I'd rather do it on a bigger field.
After Jurassic World, we have Sicario: Day of the Soldado.
I'm so skeptical.
I'm a little nervous about this one. I love the first Sicario so much.
Oh, I love me a little original Sicar.
But this one is written by Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
So
And he's a good boy.
we'll see. He's a good boy. I mean, he wrote the first one, but this isn't
Yeah.
Denis.
This
So
is
we'll see. I don't know.
this is some television talk, but Yellowstone by Taylor Sheridan.
That's a show.
I'm interested is all. No, it hasn't gotten that much marketing, and he's been working on it for a while. And at the very least, I think it will be dry and slow, and at best, I think it will be a really well written story.
Yeah.
So I'm
We'll
curious.
check it out.
Yeah, I think it's something worth checking out. A big thing too is it's on Paramount, and Paramount just did Waco. Now they're doing this. I'm curious to see where Paramount goes in their original programming.
Yeah. So far, it's been
They don't have
solid.
much. They just don't have much yet.
No, I mean they're a new station, but
They're new boys and girls.
Yes. And it seems like all they're doing is miniseries right now, which I'm very much into.
Very into. Because also one of those miniseries is gonna be a hot tamale, and it's gonna land sweet peppers.
Rachel, you spend popcorn money on De Toro movies?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Del Toro movies.
Del Toro, great.
Del Toro movies. But yeah, no, I got it. Sicario.
Do you mean Benicio?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. Sicario. She's talking about Sicario, Del Toro, going to see the
Sicario,
movie,
Del Toro.
buy the popcorn film. Well,
does Benicio del Toro look like he drowned 10 years ago? No.
I don't think he does. No. No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
disagree with that.
Slay fam. Sloths are better. 4 minutes.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
I'm sorry. We're going a little bit off the rails here. I'm a bit tired. I did not get that great of sleep.
I don't know why. He doesn't look like he drowned 10
He
years
does not
ago.
look like he drowned.
He's just got a lot of definition. Maybe too much definition.
Hey, what up,
in
Nat
his
Ro?
face. Is that
Nat
what it is?
Rowboat.
Why did you not get sleep?
My
Brian
dog
was-
kept me up. My dog.
Your girlfriend's
Yeah, I have a dog. Well, yes, my girlfriend's a dog, but has become my dog.
Yes.
I adopted a dog. No.
the dog is
Actually,
not farting.
no. She's not very farty. She's kind of nocturnal. Casey didn't feel good yesterday, and so she slept a lot. And she's very attached to Casey, so she also slept a lot. And therefore, last night she was all wakey bakey, and I was trying to sleep, and she kept walking all over me, and she didn't.
So movie talk, huh?
So movie talk.
Did you watch a movie because you couldn't sleep?
No, I
You
tried.
should've.
I should have. But if I were to compare last night to any movie, it would probably be like
Show dogs.
Air Bud.
Oh. So the dog was just slam dunking everywhere?
Yes, she hops like a bunny. And so she hopped, and therefore I was thinking Air Bud, slam dunk. Guys, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to why Brian didn't sleep well last night.
Good stuff.
Dog is not farty. Dog just walks a lot.
Dog does walk a lot.
Dog walks too much.
So I think in terms of
Too many
movies,
steps.
we're gonna try to watch and come back with next week.
Definitely seen Jurassic World.
Definitely seen Jurassic World.
I'll probably see it like I did the first one. Pretty drunk.
Yeah, that's fair. But I've heard it's a lot of fun. I mean, as it's
I
getting
had
like
fun with the first one.
it's getting like
It was a
pretty
bad movie,
generally
but-
like it's a movie ratings.
Yeah,
so I don't have any
60% currently.
great expectations. I'm gonna go into it pretty soft.
I'm a big fan of the director.
Come out pretty hard.
Yikes. I hear you, Natalie Roman. Also, yikes.
Yep. Yikes indeed. Yikes indeed.
But Jurassic World, directed by J.A. Bayona, who
Jebediah Bone.
did Monster Calls.
Yep. Well, and I actually haven't
Cute
seen
movie.
that.
We watched it. You were
No,
there.
I fell asleep during it.
Ah, it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I want to rewatch it because the marketing for it was really good, and I was excited about it, and I fell asleep during the movie, and I haven't seen it since.
Wow.
So stay tuned. We're going to talk about Hellfrog. We're going to talk about Jurassic World next
Hellfrog,
week.
Jurassic World.
We got a couple other films we want to see and talk about. But
Yeah.
come back next Monday, possibly next Tuesday, depending. We might be getting a little bit of Erika Ishii in the game, and doing some video games.
Yes, that is probably going to happen, but we'll
And
let
a little,
you guys know on social
possibly,
media.
Possibly a little Sam Bashir.
Yeah, Sam Bashir.
A little bit of your guys' favorite Sam Bashir.
We'll let you guys know on our Twitter,
Yeah.
Facebook, all that jazz.
Yep.
What's going on the live streams.
We come back every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday at 9:30 a.m. for a little bit of raise up. We're gonna be popping top culture.
We'll be popping talk culture.
Yep. So stay tuned. Come back tomorrow for video games. Come back every day. We'll see you in the morning. Bye.
Raise up.
Raise up.